Coming in at number 4, listen to the story of Halloween night when somehow I was made out to be the bad guy.
Don't start this again.
I just want to, as we start to talk about Halloween just a little bit here before we go, I want to publicly apologize to all the kids who came to the Foreheads house last night because my wife was in charge of purchasing. May I? Let me finish. Let me finish. My wife was in charge of purchasing Halloween candy, and I have a text that I can read to you at about 5:30 that said, "Do I need to get any Halloween candy?" Because she said earlier in the day that we didn't have any, and she said, "No, I took care of it." Okay, I didn't ask any more questions. That's on me. That part's on me because I should have asked more questions. Because what we ended up getting was some fruit snacks, fruit chews, and some Rice Krispie treats. Which, hey, okay, that's fine. I mean, I could see the disappointment in the children's faces when I handed it to them. But here's the bigger problem: is that she bought barely enough for me to give one to each kid that came by our house. Now, that made it tough on me, the guy who's sitting in the house playing defense, trying to not to get our house egged. She was out with the kids and some friends walking around the neighborhood collecting the candy. I was on the defensive end, trying to be a good neighbor, and the kids all looked at me like, "Is this you're going to give me one of these fruit snacks?" I'm like, I don't have enough to go around to give you more, even though I like to reward kids who come to the door and say trick or treat the way that they should. And I'm not to the point where I say turn around and leave if they don't say trick or treat properly when they come to the door. But in my head, I am. But I still give the kids candy. All right. Do you have any defense for yourself, Mrs. Foreheads?
Yeah, I do. Okay. First of all, I had 150 pieces. 60 plus 90. 150 pieces. And the Rice Krispie treats were big.
No,
fruit snack is what it is. I mean, they're not small. So one piece is fine per kid. And
it's fine, but it's not like it's not going to make a kid smile and run off like, "Oh, goody." You know, Mr. Forehead. There are a couple of kids who recognized me.
Oh, okay.
It was shameful.
And people, Ethan doesn't care to eat sweets. He could pass by him all day. I, meanwhile, have a sweet tooth. And in order to not eat my weight in junk food every day, I don't want it in my house. I say, get thee behind me. So therefore, I don't buy a ton of crap. Because I don't want to be the one to eat it, because I will monitor my kids' intake, but I can't really monitor my own intake. So I just don't buy it. So
I told her earlier in the day to get it. Make sure you get enough.
I rest my case.
Make sure you get enough, because I can take it to work if we have extra. And we do have some extra, because some kids were like, "You know what? I'll pass. I'll just go to the next house, because I don't want one of those small Rice Krispie treats or some fruit snacks that I have at lunchtime. My parents send me with these. This isn't a treat." So anyway, my apologies to all the kids who stop by our home. I will next year be at the top of my game. I might even do full-size candy bars next year. I'm thinking about it.
So, funny story. We're way over. And if you've already tuned out, it's fine. If you're sticking with me, though, congrats to you. But I went to Costco to get candy, and they just had full-size bars left that the candy was gone. And one of the guys said, well, we marked it way down in price earlier, and they got wiped out. So at that point, I was like, do I want to go to another store, or do I just want to get Rice
disappoint children on Halloween? So we went with the disappointing children, and making Ethan look bad in front of a bunch of kids in costumes.
They
went to the trouble of dressing up.
This is what I live with.
They went to the trouble of dressing up, and I gave them fruit snacks. One package of there's like 5 in there.
No, that's anywho. We're well over our time. You've heard his soapbox for the day. Is there any other thing that you need to get off your chest?
I needed to set the record straight.
This is free therapy, everybody.
For all of the children who came by our house, I can I can now sleep well on Tuesday night when I go to bed because I got it off my chest. And any kids that I see, I might give them. I need to figure out a voucher thing. If they came by my house, come by again, and I'll set them up with some real candy.
Andy's for everybody.